Hello guys and welcome back to another Reaction Thoughts. Today we have Hellraiser, the official trailer. This is Hulu slash 20th Century Fox. It will be streamed on Hulu. Probably Disney Plus for people outside of the States. I'm not too sure. If it's following the same format Prey went, it would be on Disney for people like me who are outside the States. Overall, I have been hearing whether it's like people that have seen the movie already due to test screenings and just the articles I've covered, this looks pretty promising in comparison to the other movies, especially after the second one. I love the first two. 3 was okay. It had some cool elements, but I think it went downhill after that. And seeing behind the scenes articles based on this, it does look promising, and it's obviously more leading to that when Clive Barker himself is a part of this property now. Also, what I'm going to be doing upon the movie's release is I'm obviously going to do a video and react to it. So if you guys are interested on that, keep a lookout. Also, I've done already the first movie, so I'll link that down in the description below for you guys to check that out. I'm doing the second movie, obviously, and then after that, I'll do this one. I'm not going to do 3 and the other ones that were like straight to DVD. I've watched those once and I never liked them, so I'm going to do 1, 2, and then this one. So, again, the second movie reaction will come pretty soon, so again, keep a lookout on that. But without any more rambling, if you guys do enjoy this, make sure you like and sub. I'll put the video here and we'll get right into it. Okay, they got the original soundtrack there.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It's really nice.
You can hold it.
Okay, so that's a different configuration.
What is it?
It's a puzzle.
So that looks like the
And it's almost
cultist
finished.
guy, I think.
Keep going.
So if I solve it, do I get a prize?
I do.
Yeah, it stabbed him. Okay, that's nice. That's a nice addition. I like that, the blood.
What's your deal? It has 6 sides, 6 configurations. It opens up and it cuts you.
Okay, so it looks like it levels up.
And then they come to collect.
That's the mask.
It's time.
Chatterbox is back. Okay.
Greater delights await. We
Pinhead.
wish to see you proceed. Feed it.
I like the voice.
Their pain. All for us. What is it you pray for?
Nice. Nice, I'm liking the look of this. So that was pretty much the video there. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to slow down the video and just try and see if there's like stuff to, you know, look into more. Because Hellraiser's always been a unique horror movie where, especially for its time in the 80s where slasher movies were kind of prominent. They were like the main focus of horror movies, and I don't consider Hellraiser a slasher. I consider it like a psychological horror, and it looks like they're honing back into that with this. That's what I kind of dislike with Hellraiser 3 onwards. Some of them had good parts in the movies, but it's like Pinhead became a slasher icon, which is kind of it kind of destroyed the character, and Clive Barker himself has kind of had a disdain to what happened to his character later on. You know, he doesn't even like the term Pinhead, so it'll be interesting to see if he even calls this character Pinhead, or if it's going to be like he originally named it, the Hell Priest. But we'll get into it now and just see. But yeah, overall, this does look really, really promising. The aesthetic looks really ethereal. Reminds me of like Stephen King or even H.P. Lovecraft, which is probably more the inspiration. But this was interesting. The laminate configuration box is a different... It changes its shape, so I'm assuming each level you configure with it, it builds up to something. There was a book, and I want to see what the book says, because it showed like the different pictures of the configuration. It's a different design to obviously the original one, but it's still, you know, it's still a configuration box, still a puzzle box, so I'm not going to complain. It's interesting that every time you complete a stage, it injures you. So it looks like that's what this guy's doing, this occultist leader. He looks like he's luring in people because the configuration box only attacks and grabs the Cenobites to get you if you get injured by the box. So again, it looks like this guy is basically bait to do this configuration, while that guy in the suit is that occultist billionaire, like they said in the articles that I've read. So yeah, it looks like he's luring people. So the guy's configuring it here, the puzzle, and it looks like it completes. This is interesting too. This might dive into a bit of deeper lore as well. So the guy, okay, so the guy's name's Joey. So he's like, if I solve this, what do I win? What's the prize? And the guy says, I get the prize, which is backing up my point where he's like baiting these people. So he gets the prize. So it looks like he pushes it in now. And he probably gets stabbed at this moment. And I assume the Cenobites are going to come and get him. What I might do is just, yeah, make myself a touch bit smaller. So it looks like he's just struggling now. This is interesting. Does it immediately affect you? Because obviously in the original first two, it, you know, when it didn't affect people straight away. Oh no, sorry, it did, but the Cenobites came and attacked people, not whatever's going on with him. Because when Frank used it, yeah, it was pretty instantaneous, where they all just came and Pinhead chained him up and all that. And the same with Kirsty in the hospital scene. But the Cenobites came, so I don't know what's wrong with this guy now. It looks like he's kind of in some weird seizure. So this is Riley, our main character of the film. She's supposed to be a drug addict. Okay, wait. So this is what I'm looking at. So it looks like they've written a kind of journal of laminate lore. Liv, Lazarus, Leviathan. So it looks like you build the configuration box into different steps, and the end is the Leviathan, so maybe you get transported straight to the Leviathan. That'll be interesting. It's a shame it's not as... They're doing it on purpose, obviously, for us to not see it that well. So what I'll do is I'll move this. Okay. I hate when, I mean, they're doing it on purpose to cover stuff. You know, kind of doing what it says up there, manipulate. Okay, it has it there, 6 sides, 6 configurations. So there's different levels. That's really, really interesting. I like that. It's a new addition to the lore, but it's still pretty interesting. As well as you getting physically hurt when you complete the puzzle. That's obviously a new addition. But I'm fine with that, because that's a unique take. It'll be interesting to know how she gets a hold of it, because it looks like that occultist guy is like, he has multiple configuration boxes, I assume. Because, yeah, you got the main character here, Riley, using it. So, okay, so it stabs you. That's kind of a nice imagery there of, it looks like you're twirling the configuration. Was that Pinhead? I didn't say that properly. It looked like Pinhead. Yeah, that looks like Pinhead. So I'm not too sure who this person is. This might be another person that guy's kind of scammed to configure the box for him. Because all I know is him, the occult businessman, and Riley as the main characters. I don't know who these people are. So that's the new mask, which is a new Cenobite for this movie. He's basically hollow, if I remember. He's just basically floating skin with no bone structure or muscle. So that is Chatterbox. Okay. He looks a bit different, but I like the look of it. It looks pretty nice. Okay, so I'll pause here. And by the way, I like her actor, the voice. I really like the voice. So I think I was right where she isn't wearing anything. This Pinhead isn't wearing anything. When we just saw the top half, I thought that maybe the whole body would be nude, but to get around maybe censorship, they would use torn flesh and exposed muscle to cover the fact that they're nude. But it looks like that's what it is. So it looks like she's not wearing tight leather or spandex like Dud Bradley was. It looks like she's just basically wearing flesh torn up, and that's covering the nudity. But yeah, I really like the look of this. It's really interesting. This is nice. The Leviathan there. Again, it hones back to that ethereal look, the Lovecraftian look. Also maybe a bit of Stephen King there. So yeah, it looks interesting what's going on here. Okay, so it looks like they've just done the configuration and they're getting hunted. I have no idea what that is. I've never seen that before. That must be a new Cenobite. Apparently this is, it shows a pretty gruesome scene of someone getting tortured and turned into a Cenobite. And apparently it's on par, like part 2, where we see the Doctor get basically turned into a Cenobite. So yeah, the Leviathan's here with all the maze. Yeah, so this Pinhead's basically not wearing anything, and again, I was right with that. It's basically a flesh torn suit to cover the nudity. Yeah, that looks really nice. I really like the look of this. I'm a figure collector, and I obviously collect a lot of horror stuff behind me, if you saw at the start. If this movie does well, I'd love to get a Jamie Clayton version of Pinhead. But yeah, this looks really, really nice. That throat effect looks interesting, where it looks like it's part of the puzzle box in her. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for this. And it's coming, when was it? October 7th? I think it shows it now, right? October 7th or 8th. So obviously David Bruckner's directing. October 7th. Okay. But yeah, overall, just my final thoughts. This does look promising. It's bringing back my type of horror. I'm not a fan, or I haven't been really a big fan of all these horror remakes and reimaginings, especially with the ones that are slasher icons, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I haven't liked the new ones. Halloween, I haven't really liked any of the Halloween ones. I think Rob Zombie's first movie is okay. But I'm talking about the more recent ones. Kills and 2018, I think the first one came out. And Ends. I'm not excited for that new movie. I don't think that has been done well. I really liked it, and again, that's not really slasher, so that's what I'm kind of more interested in, the more psychological, weird, gothic, ethereal, Lovecraftian style horror. That's my route, and this looks like it's gonna tick those boxes for me. I know a lot of people aren't probably going to be a fan of this because they're kind of like no Dud Bradley, no Pinhead. I get it, but it's like Dud Bradley himself says he doesn't want to be Pinhead anymore, and he actually likes this idea, as well as Clive Barker, which I think a lot of people forget that Clive Barker is the guy that invented this, and he wrote the novel, and this looks pretty accurate in terms of Pinhead's look to the novella. So again, I'm excited for this, and again, like I said before at the start, we'll be doing a reaction to this. I think it's also good to watch my first one, my first Hellraiser reaction. I'm going to do the second one pretty soon, in the next couple of days. I'll throw that up, so check those out, and then obviously be on the lookout for this one, because I'm pretty hyped to see this one. But that's pretty much it for today. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure you like and sub, and I'll see you in the next one.